We live in a wicked kingdom, you know. It's a big field full of crops. A big field full of crops. Goes back to we live in a wicked kingdom. Yeah, when this gets harvested, they'll take it all. Esau, in his greed, will take it all to sell. Okay, that's what he'll do. He won't leave some for the poor and hungry. I'm gonna get select. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 9. That when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field. Salakia. Thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. Right, so you can't take the whole thing. You got to leave a section. You got to leave a corner. You got to leave a little bit. You can't take it all, right? You can't gather the gleanings. So the bits that drop, you can't go back for those. You got to leave them. That's righteousness, right? We'll see why. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape out of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am Yahweh your power. Okay, so you got to leave some for the poor. That's righteousness. That's how we sustain our people in the land. That's how we look out for each other, man. Because remember, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54 says that we used to be tender and delicate, man. You need something. Hey, brother, I got that, so you got that. Hey, I need something, brother, you got that, so I got that. That's the way it used to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. And that's laws like this in full effect. But this is how you know Esau is the man of sin. He's the man of sin. The man who doesn't regard the law. The man who doesn't regard righteousness. The man that does wickedness. That's how you know that he's this man. Let me get that. Thessalonians. Okay, 2 Thessalonians. Bear with me. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We'll start at verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. So let me get that under control. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay, so he's the man of sin, the son of perdition. He's that wicked one, man. That's what he is, because he doesn't regard the law, and he brainwashes people. Because if you tell somebody that it's wickedness to take all these crops, they'll say, oh, it's not that deep. Oh, that's not evil. How's that evil? They'll say, oh, it's his field. It's his crops. They don't know that this is the Most High's crops. This is his field. The earth is his and all the things therein. Okay? This is his. You don't get to dictate that. You're not that guy. Okay? You are not the one to dictate that. So, that's what Esau does, man. That's what he's done. To the point where people won't even understand how that's wickedness. And they'll look at you crazy for saying that that's evil. Because they imagine evil as the most brutal things. Yeah, Esau is that man of sin because he's brutish and barbaric. He's a rapist and a murderer and a thief. And he does all these horrific, savage, gory things. Unspeakable things. Messing with children. But that's the extreme. But how deep it runs is that something that seems like a light thing, like taking a whole field of crops, going back for the bits you dropped. something, even the things that don't seem as brutish, he's all over that. He's wicked through and through. It's not just the extreme things that he does. It can be this simple. It's as simple as eating pork. It's as simple as not keeping the Sabbath day, which is actually horrible. It's actually a horrible thing to not keep the Sabbath day. That's a horrible thing to do, right? It's as simple as that. What does it say? It says, Salaki, this down, Bible, page, I don't want to stick down, man. It's because this Bible has thin pages, so the wind just takes it. It says, man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped. So by doing this, in his greed, he opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called God. He opposes God because he's doing opposite to what God says is right, and he exalts himself above God because he's proud, thinking that he has a right to do that, that he has permission to do that. Okay, he says, Salakia. So that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is God. Right? So he tries to be the Most High, just like he says in Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14. I got my work boots on, man. I've just been at work. Well, I actually just went for a walk out in the country before I got home. It says, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14. We're just going to get straight to the point. In fact, no. See that the Spirit wants us to go here, so start verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? We're going to go over this on Wednesday too. I believe on Wednesday. How the false doctrine about Lucifer, about Satan getting kicked out of heaven. I tried to go over it at camp. Salakia, I did go over it on the Sabbath at when I was out teaching, but obviously there was the issue with the low storage and I didn't realize, so none of that got recorded, but I did bring it out. But I'm gonna just make that my Wednesday lesson, I think, Lord willing. So Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12 says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So this is talking about him falling from his heavenly estate, being on top, being in rulership on the throne. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Right? So that's him opposing and exalting himself above all that is called God. It says, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And here's the point. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. That's what this man wants to be. That's why he calls himself a God, man. That's why he made Jesus Christ the Caesarea Borgia image, right? I believe you can read about that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, maybe chapter 15, and obviously First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. Juxtaposing that with Revelation chapter 1 verse 13 through 15. You know, Revelation chapter 4 verse 3, I believe, for the Most High. You've got the scripture in Ezekiel. You've got two scriptures in Daniel. There's one in, I believe it's Daniel chapter 10, and then there's one in Daniel chapter 7 verse 9, talking about the Most High also. So yeah, that's why he does that, because he thinks he's a god. Even Caligula Caesar thought that he was a god, and when he died he was going to become a godly vessel or something. So that's the thing with Esau, man. He thinks he's a god. Thus saith the scriptures, therefore it is. That's why he's like that, because that's just the way he's supposed to be. That's how he's made to be, and that's part of why he's going to be destroyed. So, just a quick video. The Spirit just told me to make this when I seen this field full of crops. Obviously, I didn't glorify the Father in the beginning. So what we're going to do, when these cars pass, is we're going to exalt him that much more. We say, Kal halala Yahweh Bahasham Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalom.